And what a beautiful day it is. Let's start lying down. Oh, good. We waited a minute. Elaine got here. So let's start lying down on our mats today. Settle yourself. Roll the toes outward. Roll the palms upward. Lengthen the back of your neck. And we've just been having a very spirited conversation, so we're just going to flap our hands and ankles like this, just flapping out all that energy, just shaking it all out. Taking some deep breaths. Just letting go of anything that doesn't serve you right now so that you can bring yourself right into the present moment, shaking off anything you don't need, and coming to stillness. Feel how that caused a silence in your body and a deepening of your breath. Let's inhale the arms out at a diagonal and the legs at a diagonal. Take a deep breath and stretch, starfish, and exhale, soften. Inhale, reach, starfish, and soften. So we're continuing to inhale and engage all the muscles, and then exhale and relax. Inhale, reach, and exhale, soften. 3 more. One more. And bring yourself back to parallel. Bring your hands back down to your sides. Let's inhale a knee in and place it on the floor. Inhale the other knee in and place it on the floor. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. Inhale, reach towards your knees. Exhale, open. Inhale, just lifting the head and the shoulders a little bit. Exhale down. Moving using your core strength, not swinging yourself violently and using momentum. But the slower you can go, the more benefit you'll get. And 2 more. And bring your hands back down. Bring one knee in and give that leg a hug. And give that leg a circle. It's easier without the hands. You can do it without the hands. And if it's easier to get the other leg out of the way, you can straighten that other leg more or all the way straight. And we'll circle the other way. So we're focusing on circling the hip joint, drawing a circle on the ceiling with the knee. And bring that leg in and place it down. Bring the other leg in. Again, if you need to straighten the leg or move towards straight to get it out of the way, and we'll circle that knee. And as the circles get bigger, you may choose to get your hands out of the way so you can make those circles bigger. And circle back the other way. And bring that leg in, give it a hug, bring the other leg in, give that leg a hug, give your knees a kiss. And down, open the arms out wide. If it's too hard to lower the knees down this way, you can lower the knees down with the feet on the floor. So you can either windshield wiper like that, or bring the legs in and windshield wiper like that. Finish up, do both sides equally, and then come back to center. One more hug, one more kiss. And then either roll to one side to come up or some spinal rock and roll. And again, for spinal rock and roll, you can stop here with your legs in the air or bring your hips up off the floor as well. And last one. And come to a seated position. Allow your eyes to close or look downcast. Feel the energy of your breath. And let the breath slow and deepen. Stretching up tall, shoulders down. Let's reach the ear over to one side. And then roll the head forward and reach the ear over the other way. Roll the head and feel the stretch in the side of the neck. Roll the head. Back to center and lift the head. Relaxing the shoulders down. Stretch up tall. Let's look over one shoulder. And look over the other way. Let's bring one shoulder up, ear to shoulder, head up, shoulder down. Shoulder up, ear to shoulder, head up, shoulder down. shoulder up, ear to shoulder, head up, shoulder down, shoulder up, ear to shoulder, head up, shoulder down. Let's do a few more. Last set. And roll those shoulders. Let's reverse. Hands together at the heart. We're going to press the palms together. Shoulders down, elbows lifted, little isometrics here. And then we're going to tent our fingers. Pressing the fingers together. And then we're going to bring our elbows towards each other and spread our fingers wide. Coming back into Anjali Mudra. Let's turn the hands down and up and in and up, down, up, in, rotating the wrists, getting a little isometric happening at the same time. And you can just begin to make it a nice smooth rotation. Sitting up tall, we're going to bring one shoulder forward and reach over the knee. Inhale back to center. Inhale tall and reach. And back to center. You can stay with that or inhale tall, reach over the knee. Inhale, reach your arm out and spread and squeeze your fingers. And hold, reach. Inhale back to center. Other side. Inhale tall. Maybe you want to switch legs. And reach over. Shoulder comes forward, look out over your knee. Inhale back to center. Inhale tall. Exhale, press the shoulder forward, reach. Feel that stretch in the lower back. And back to center. Stay with that or inhale tall, reach. Reach. Spread and close your fingers. And reach. Breathe. And back to center. First side, inhale tall, shoulder forward. Inhale, reach. Spread your fingers. Inhale, bring that arm back. And reach out behind you. And back to center. Inhale tall, bring that shoulder forward. Inhale, reach. Bring that arm back and stretch. Spiral twist. And back to center. Inhale tall, first side. Shoulder forward. Inhale, reach. This time we make a big circle and spiral twist. And back to center. Opposite shoulder forward. Inhale, reach. Inhale, big circle, spinal twist. You can bring the other arm around. And back to center, take that. Inhale the arms out. Take a deep breath and press the wall apart. Turn the arms down and up and turn the other way. Now with the fingers just parallel to the floor, we take a breath and reach over to one side and back to center. And reach and back to center. Center, reach, back to center. And let's stretch out our legs and we'll wiggle the toes. And point and flex. Circle the ankles. Circle the other way. And chill out. And come to standing. And let's bring the legs around the back for some table. Rounding yourself through your palms and through the toenail side of your foot. Inhaling lift. And exhaling curl. Center and bump the hip out, shoulder towards hip, ear towards shoulder. Back to center and pull back the other way. Center. Out. And back to center. And back to center. Let's come into a spinal twist. You can reach up and stay here. Or slide your elbow through, coming onto your shoulder, tuck your chin, look up, add an arm if you like, and you can snake that arm or do whatever feels fun. And down, inhale up, and back to table. To the other side, so inhale, stretch up. You can stay here or slide through. Tuck your chin, look up, add an arm if you like, and let that arm do whatever it wants. the floor, slide through and up. And press back into child. Stay a child or come into squat. Squats are so good for you. And again, if you can't do a squat like this, you can always put a block underneath your butt and sit on that block. Or you can do a high squat like this. So you're pressing the elbows into the knees into the elbows, the palms together, elbow down and heart lifts. And a little variation, if you like, is just coming forward a little bit. So a bit of a diagonal of your torso. Or maybe you're still in child pose. Whichever one you've chosen, begin to make your way into Uttanasana. Feet parallel and hip width apart, forward fold. Bring your hands to your thighs and slowly roll up. Come into Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach down through the feet, tuck the tailbone, draw the pelvic floor up, the lower abdominals up. Inhale, lengthen through the side ribs, tuck your lower ribs, roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down, palms facing forward. Inhale, lengthen the back of your neck, chin in slightly, reaching down through the feet into the earth, up through the top of the head into the sky. Feel your presence. Tadasana, mountain pose. I stand for myself. And let's take a nice deep breath and inhale those arms up overhead, parallel or steeple, squeezing your ears. Deep breath and we'll tip over to one side. Inhale back up. Exhale, tip over the other way. Inhale up, open the arms halfway, spinal twist. And back to center and spinal twist the other way. And back to center and down. Take that in. Now, you can stay with that, or if your balance is good, we're going to challenge our balance. Let's take the left leg and cross it over the right. Inhale up. We're going to take a deep breath and tip over towards the right. Inhale back up, float the arms, turn towards your left. And back to center, uncross, and down. Good job. Do the other side. So either staying parallel or crossing your legs. Right leg in front, inhale up. If you're doing steeple, interlace your hands a weird way. And we're going to tip over towards the right. Stretching the left side of your body. Inhale back up, float your arms down, turn towards your right. I think I gave a wrong instruction on the other side. I apologize. Hope nobody fell over. Inhale back to center, uncross, And down. How was that, huh? Fun. I'm going to step out to a 5-pointed star. Taking a moment here to ground ourselves, feeling our connection to the earth, to the heaven, and then reaching out in all directions. Reaching out to all sentient beings, shining from our heart. And let's rotate the toes to the left. Coming into Trikonasana, let's reach over that leg. And inhale back up. Inhale, reach. I just wanted a wider step. Inhale back up. I just keep wanting a wider step. You can scoot out if you want a wider step each time. Reach. Let's windmill the arms and come into Trikonasana on this side. You can go as low as you want, but the grounding is through the legs, and that gives you the space to open. And we're keeping our spine straight, the sides of our body parallel. So even if you're up here, that's perfectly okay. We don't want to crunch that side of the body. We want to keep everything long. And if it works for you, begin to spin your body and look up at your upraised arm. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a few slow, easy breaths as you press them out apart and reach up tall. And then let's look down and inhale back up. Turn the toes in, 5-pointed star. And we'll rotate the toes the other way. Take a deep breath and reach over the leg. And inhale back up. Let's reach. Inhale back up. Inhale tall, exhale, reach. Turn the palms and windmill. And again, the coming down is at the hip crease, not at the rib cage. Press them out apart with your feet. Draw your kneecaps up. Take a breath, and if it works for you, rotate towards the ceiling. Inhale, look down and pull yourself back up. 5-pointed star. And toe heel, or quietly jump back to Tadasana. Feel the after effects. And let's step out a little bit wider. Second position, ballet for goddess pose. So inhale the arms out. We'll start in starfish. Exhale to goddess. You can bring your hands into mudra if you like. Inhale, reach. Exhale, press the knees and elbows back. Feel the shoulder blades draw towards each other. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press back. Feel the shoulder blades, I said that, draw towards each other. The chest broaden. Inhale, reach. Exhale, and let's hold. And if you'd like to make it a balancing pose, lift your heels. Good job, and release. And toe heel, back to Tadasana. While you're standing in Tadasana or resting if you need to sit down, I'd like to share an esoteric yogic
why I say esoteric, I don't know. But yoga has so many deeper practices than just what we do in class. There's so much more that you can learn. And one technique is to place your tongue at the roof of your mouth between the front teeth and that ridge that runs front to back. So right behind the front teeth, if you press your tongue there, it brings energy up into your forehead. It wakes up your master glands. It connects the meridian in your body, if you know Chinese medicine, and that helps your balance. So let's do that. Let's bring the tongue to touch the top of the mouth, right behind the front teeth. And we're going to do dancing Shiva. So we'll start with a little chair pose. Let's do a chair pose first. Okay, so chair pose. Just hang out here for a few breaths in chair pose. Find your drishti, and if you like, pick up your heels. And down, and up. Very good. So now dancing Shiva, I'm going to start with a little chair pose. First level is to just lift one heel. We're going to bring our arms up overhead. So this hand is like pointing down to the knee that's lifted. Okay, so this is your first level. Press those hips back like in chair pose. If it works for you, you're going to bring that foot across. Toes are on the floor. Or flex that foot and bring it up. Good job. Shake it out. Come back to Tadasana. Tongue is against the roof of the mouth, right behind the front teeth. So between the front teeth and that ridge that goes front to back. Okay, ready to do the other side? So a little chair pose. First level is to lift the heel. So we're bring our arms up. So we're pointing down at that knee that's lifted. But though Shiva's got 8 arms, so he's probably got arms that are doing that also. But anyway, we only have 2. Shift your weight, and if it works for you, bring your toe over to the other side. Or flex your foot and bring that leg up. Good job. Release, shake it out. And come back to Tadasana. And I'll tell you a little secret. I use this technique when I'm practicing standing poses much of the time. Like in Tadasana, it's very easy to just remember to bring your tongue up to the top of your mouth, right behind the front teeth, and you're connecting your meridians and helping your balance. So we'll start adding that as a new practice, something that we'll do regularly. Good job. Let's melt down onto our mats. We'll start on our stomachs and take a few breaths in crocodile pose. And let's bring the legs to parallel, the head in line with the spine. Let's come into a little Sphinx pose and heading up. Again, you can even put your tongue here just because we're connecting the meridians. Obviously, it's not a balance issue at this point. See if it makes you feel different, aligning and connecting your energy meridians.
or nadis, as we would say in yoga. Looking up past your eyebrows. And slowly come down and cheek to the other side, palms up, heels out. And let's go to a half. Bow pulling pose down your asana. Let's reach one arm out. Reach one foot to the ceiling. Inhale, stretch up. You can stay here, or if you have the flexibility, lifting that leg. If you like, lifting the arm and looking out past your fingertips. And release. And change sides. Inhale, lifting the head and chest, foot towards the ceiling. You can either stay here or grab your ankle, reaching your arm off the floor and your knee off the floor and kicking your foot into your hand. And down. And come back into crocodile pose for a few breaths. Either cheek on your hand or forehead on your hands. Let's roll over onto our backs. And give ourselves a hug. Coming into bridge pose, feet flat on the floor, arms at your sides. Take a deep breath and we'll do a little warm up first, tilting the tailbone up and releasing. Rocking, lifting the lower back and releasing. Tilting the tailbone, lifting up just a little bit and releasing. Rocking onto the tailbone, lifting the lower back and releasing. Okay, ready to lift, inhale. And slowly coming up. And if you like, let's bend the elbows and point the fingers to the sky, palms facing, and press those elbows into the floor to help you lift. Nice full breaths. And slowly lower down. And give yourself another hug. Try to reach your hips towards the floor and your shoulders towards the floor. The opposite of what we did earlier when we rolled up and gave our knees a kiss. This time we want to get as long as we can, as flat as we can. And let's flex the feet and pry the knees apart, coming into a upward facing frog. Loosen your thighs opening. Bend the knees. Bring the hands between your legs, wrap them around, grab your ankles. Press your elbows into your knees into your armpits. Your tailbone towards the floor. Breathe into the stretch and allow the body to soften. And bring the soles of your feet together, pressing your elbows into your knees. So you're pulling your ankles towards you and pushing your elbows into your knees to push the knees away. Release the hands. Slowly lower the legs to the floor, pressing the knees outward. Hands together at your heart or up overhead for 2 diamonds. And bring your legs together. We're going to do an inversion. So choose your favorite if you want to get a block to put under your legs or under your buttocks, or if you want to go to the wall and do legs up the wall, or just sending your legs straight up. You can have your hands underneath your buttocks here, or reach your arms and your legs to the ceiling, but press your hips and shoulders back as if you're half of a circus act and there's somebody standing on your hands with their hands on your feet. They're pressing down and you're resisting, you're pressing up. So it's not a flop, it's an active pose. We'll stay here for at least a minute. So pick the version that works for you. Bring the legs back in, give yourself a hug. A gentle rock from side to side. And then roll over and come sit up in Dandasana. I'm going to do some forward folds. Reaching out through the legs, stretching up through the top of the head. Let's bring the left heel in, the right toes up.
Inhale tall, come forward, starting with a straight back if you're being pulled forward by your breastbone. And then reach over the leg. Imagine my hand is at your lower back, helping you stretch from there. So it's not just from the waist up. Inhale up, bring that knee up, stretch it out. The other leg in. Stretch up tall, come forward as if you're being pulled forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, surrender over. Draw your belly in and shift your weight so you're over your knee. You might be feeling a nice intense stretch in the opposite low back. Inhale up. Stretch that leg out. Bring your legs in and open them out to the sides, toes up. So you want to make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. If your legs are too far back, you're going to rock back. You want to be sitting right on top of your sitting bones. So bring your legs in a little bit or lift your knees if you need to. Take a nice, easy side stretch coming over this leg. Bring that arm up overhead to the sky or over. You want to make sure you're stacked shoulder, shoulder up or over, rolling your rib cage towards the ceiling. It's not a forward fold. It's a lovely, intense side stretch. Engage that leg. Deep, lovely breaths. Inhale back up. Like two sides of the body belong to two different people. And slide down the other way. You can stay here or reach up or rotate from the shoulder coming over. But don't let that coming over cause you to collapse. You want to roll your rib cage towards the ceiling. Press out through the balls of both big feet, balls of both feet. And inhale back up. Take a breath and savor that wonderful feeling. You want to give yourself a little more push out. And we're going to come forward again, starting with a straight back. You're going to feel an intense stretch on the inside of your thighs. So go very carefully. It's a long time since we've done this. I used to be able to get parallel to the floor, but I'm not expecting that today because we've been out of practice. So just be patient with yourself. You can use the hands to pull the floor towards you, but keep rotating those feet out towards the back rather than the front of the room.
Take your time.
You'll come to an edge, stop, breathe. When you feel the release, you can go a little further. Inhale, back up. Bring the legs together. We'll do a very easy spinal twist, bringing one hand to the floor behind you, the other to the side of your leg. Inhale and rotate. Come back to center. Bring your arm across, other hand to the floor by your tailbone. And back to center. One more forward fold. Inhale up. Get your blankets or pillows or socks, whatever you need for Shavasana. And come lie down, taking in the benefits of today's practice. Feel the weight of your body surrendering all the tension into the mat. As your body softens and relaxes, the breath deepens. As the breath deepens, the mind becomes more still, more spacious.
And stay as long as you like. When you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And gently move and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Bring your feet flat on the floor. Shift your hips to one side and roll in the opposite direction. And place your hands on the floor in front of you and come to a seated position. Namaste.